Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another week of the Wyatt's Metal podcast, or as many people in the chat like to call it, Wyatt Wednesday, apparently, which works for me. That's a pretty good name. How's everybody doing? Thanks for tuning in. Hope you've all had a good week, 2 weeks since I didn't stream last week, but I'm here today. Happy to see everybody. Have quite a few things to talk about, actually. So that's exciting. I want to say what's up to everybody. Matt Griffin in here. Uh, Ricardo, what's up, man? Travis, I'm not sure, but what's up, everybody? Let's see. Trying to catch up here. What is up? Anyone go to any concerts in last week or any metal news you think I should talk about? I saw someone comment here that the Welcome to Rockville lineup just dropped. Yeah, I just saw that like right before I turned this on, actually. We might as well start with that. If breaking news, maybe not everyone even knows about it yet. Let me go ahead and pull that up really quick. I've been pretty good in the last 2 weeks or so. My band Dark Insanity has our first recordings coming up, I believe, next weekend. And it's going to be stoked. We know we've been slagging, taking our time, taking longer than we want to release music, but it is coming very quickly, and I cannot wait to share that with everybody. Oh, we have someone in chat here who went to Headbanger's Boat. I definitely would like insight on that because I definitely was going to talk about that. Yes, there's a lot going on with the Headbangers Boat. Seemed to go mostly well. Already announced their lineup for next year. Take note, 70K. Already looks awesome. Slipknot is looking for another drummer again. What else happened? Hell in Heaven has been happening in Mexico. It's a really huge festival where apparently it's been quite a bit of a fuck up. It doesn't seem like a disaster where people are in danger, like Blue Ridge was, but a lot of people are saying apparently a ton of bands were canceling or a ton of bands didn't get paid or something. I haven't looked totally into it, but we can go ahead and go through that here today as well. A lot of fun shit going on in the metal world. Yeah, so Welcome to Rockville is a big old festival in Daytona, Florida. Pretty mainstream, but has quite a big, huge lineup. And they just, like right before I came on here, released their lineup. So since I talk about metal festivals, why don't we go over it? Welcome to Rockville 2024 lineup revealed, including Kerry King's solo band, which is the first announcement for his solo stuff, as far as I'm aware. Let's just cut right down to the picture. Wherever it is, if you can get through all of the ads first. That'd be a fun live stream. Just watch me deal with all the ads that pop up on the internet. All right. Daytona International Speedway, welcome to Rockville, May 9th through 12th, 2024 in Daytona Beach, Florida. We have got Thursday, Motley Crue as the headliners. You get backing tracks. You get pretty phoned in performance, I would say. Not exciting as far as I'm concerned. Judas Priest, fuck yeah. Anthrax, fuck yeah. Dirty Honey, I have no idea who that is. Amigo the Devil, cool, cold, cool, cold, cool, cold. Point North, Disturbed, Mudvayne, Skillet, Flyleaf, Skindred, Saliva, Orgy, Machine Head, Of Mice and Men, Biohazard, Lacuna Coil, Stabbing Westward, Gideon, Throne, Fuming Mouth, and then we got Just Kerry King, apparently leaking that his next project is just going to be called Kerry King, or if there's actually some name to it, maybe they'll swap it out. But it seems like Kerry King's solo project will just be that, which is fine. It's Probably gonna sound just exactly like Slayer, but yeah, I'm curious to see how it goes. Oh god. August Burns Red is there. All That Remains, Soulfly, Gate Creeper, that's cool. Spite, Body Snatcher, and then the most metal band on the whole lineup, Insane Clown Posse, Apocalyptica, Miss May I, The Word Alive, Imminence, Fleshwater, Moon Fever, and TX2. I don't know most of those except for like Apocalyptica. So that's the first day. To me, I mean, there's stuff I would definitely see. Judas Priest, Anthrax. I would check out Kerry King. Um, that's all that would like really get me excited for that day. I'd probably would watch Insane Clown Posse from the back just because you get to say that you did. It's like seeing a epic car crash of a. I don't know. It sounds like it'd be ridiculous. Get a story out of it, whether you thought it was good or not. So the second day, we've got Limp Bizkit, who I would definitely go see. I've never seen Limp Bizkit, and I really want to. It'd be fun as shit. So they're one of the selling points for this for me, actually. Falling in Reverse, In This Moment, Star Set, Nonpoint, Flat Black, Power Man 5000. They did a song once. Jelly Roll. I've heard that name, but I have no idea who they are, what they sound like. The Offspring, who play pretty much every single festival. If there's any type of like moderately sized rock metal festival out there, you can pretty much just check mark The Offspring will be on it. I don't know who that is. Living Color, which is pretty cool. Kim Dracula, Sleep Theory, Alien Ant Farm, going old school back to the 90s. Mr. Bungle and Electric Callboy back to back is pretty sick. This day so far would be my most tempting one. This has the most bands I want to see, to be honest. I don't know what the fuck that says. Polaris. I don't know who that is. Catch Your Breath. Low Spirit. Kill the Robot. Creative name. In Flames. Slaughter to Prevail. We start getting some metal here, finally. Kitty. Mushroom Head. New Year's Day. Icy Stars. Dying Wish. Again, I've heard of New Year's Day. I don't know what they sound like. I don't know who the fuck these people are. I would definitely see Slaughter to Prevail. That would be sick. I believe they are playing Sick New World coming up. So I'll see them there. And then last on their second day, we have Tech 9, who I'd fucking love to see. I'm not big on rap anymore. Like, I grew up with 90s, early 2000s rap and kind of just listen to those artists still and nothing new. And I know Tech 9 has been around for a long time, but he strikes me as like the real deal. A lot of rap to me is kind of just fake and processed, but Tech 9 is legit. I would love to see him. Amity Affliction. I haven't heard that name in forever. Currents. What the hell does that even say? Kubla Khan Tex. Okay. Harm's Way. Rain City Drive. Citizen Soldier. I don't know who the fuck most of this. This lineup, kind of when I see a lot of these really big ones in America, a couple of these big names will stand out where I'm like, oh, that's cool. I would like to go to that. And then I keep looking more and more, and I'm like, there's like 5 bands I'd watch per day, which isn't much for a festival. It's kind of like, oh, it's all breaking at once. Judas Priest, Anthrax, like Tech 9, Electric Callboy, that's cool. And you're like, I'd be a lot of downtime, actually. But anyway, Saturday, we've got Foo Fighters, Greta Van Fleet. This is just the most like radio rock of radio rock days. Not terrible. I mean, it'd be pretty, chill out, but this seems to be the less heavy of all of the days, let's say. Primus, Mammoth Wolfgang, his son, that guy, you know him. Rain Wolf, I don't know who that is. Jenny Beth, Nova Twins. I've heard that name. I can't think of them, but I know I've heard Nova Twins before. This stage, has Queens of the Stone Age, A Day to Remember, which I guess is heavier than these ones, and Stone Temple Pilots. It's kind of funny seeing Queens of the Stone Age and Stone Temple Pilots. For some reason, to me, I'm like, I would confuse them for being the same band pretty easily. So it's kind of like, oh, they're two completely different acts. I had no idea until I saw the name separated. This day is going to be very take acid and just sit out on the fucking tarmac day. Continuing, we have Royal Blood, The Struts, Tappy Houston, Destroy Boys, whoever they are. Cypress Hill, another act that I do still love. That would be sick. L7, Helmet, Frank Carter, Fire from the Gods, Head P, Calva Louise. I don't know what that says. Hotbox. Hotbox actually is probably not a band. It's probably just the guys in Cypress Hill just in the parking lot in their tour bus. I would pay extra for that experience. Going down, we have Clutch. I love Clutch. That would be sick. I love their fucking kind of stoner-ish, but more rock and roll, groove definitely sound. Baroness, All Them Wishes, which is a funny name. Red Fang, Austin Mead, don't know who you are. Crowbot, Tim Montana. And then on the brutal stage where everyone's going to get injuries and end up at the fucking medical tent, we have Code Orange, Drain, Terror, Stick to Your Guns, Scowl. It looks like The Chisel, Thy Chisel. Let's call it Thy Chisel because it'd be funnier. And Bad Nerves. I'm going to guess this is probably the most violent section of the festival. This day especially, I would not watch a lot, personally. I would definitely watch Clutch and Cypress Hill, Terror. I mean, like, I would check out Foo Fighters and Queens of the Stone Age, but I wouldn't be like, oh, fuck yeah, I get to see them. It'd be like, they're there. I'm here. So far, I think the second day for me is the most appealing, but it's still not crazy about it. But last day, big day, we have Corey Taylor and the Slipknot cover band. Breaking Benjamin for when everyone wants to be sad. Architects, Wage War, POD, Taproot, Edema. Going down, we have Evanescence, Bad Omens, Theory. Why does that seem familiar? Sebastian Bach, who is still out there, apparently. Drowning Pool, Nita Strauss, Trust Company. Going down to more. Sum 41 would be very entertaining. I've never seen them, but I did grow up in the 90s, so I would definitely have a fun time watching that band. Atrio, The Chats, Magnolia Park, Bob Bland. I don't know how to pronounce this one. Gel, Straight Jacket. Not appealing at all. When Sum 41 is like the highlight of your stage for that day, it's not saying a lot. Black Veil Brides, Movements, Enter Shakiri. What the fuck does that say? Sim? Is that a band? Dead Poet Society, Plush, Return to Dust, and lastly, to wind out Rockville 2024, we've got whatever the fuck that says. The Ghost Inside, Shadows Fall, which is cool. Fear Factory, cool. Eva Under Fire, Blind Channel, Another Day Dawns, and Afterlife, with more to be announced. I don't know how, because this is already a fucking ton of bands. For me, there's like, if I went, there's definitely bands I would watch and enjoy. I would have a good time, but there's not a whole lot calling to me that makes me be like, fuck, I need to go to like check them out. Like, Judas Priest for sure, Anthrax. Seen both a million times, but I would definitely love, of course, to see them again. Limp Bizkit would be fun as shit. I've only seen Slipknot once, and I guess I'll see him again at Sick New World, but it was a great time. So no matter who's wearing the costumes and the masks, it's probably still going to be fun. Mr. Bungle and Electric Callboy is super big selling point. That is awesome. That'd be super fun, especially this day. For me, would be great. Tech Nine, Slaughter to Prevail, Electric Callboy, Mr. Bungle, and then Limp Bizkit. That's just not the heaviest of days, but the most fun for sure. And then these last 2 days, there's like 4 bands I would watch total. I don't know. We'll see what other bands come out. Who else they announce? For me, it's not like driving me crazy. I'd like to check it out, but what do you guys think? To me, honestly, the lineup kind of looked pretty similar to what was Blue Ridge Rock Fest. Maybe a lot of those bands were upset and were like, we need another festival that'll actually work. Let's hit up Danny Whitmer and do one of his. I'm going to catch up to your guys' comments here before jumping to the next subject. I wasn't going to do a fest next year. This lineup makes me want to change my mind. Hey, I'm pretty sure I heard good things about Welcome to Rockville. I know it's a legit festival, so you're most likely not gonna have a Blue Ridge Rock situation. I saw your band's first show. Thanks. I appreciate that. I hope it wasn't terrible. Hopefully you didn't throw your speakers away because it was so bad. Yeah, we have another show coming up December 8th at the Rainbow in Hollywood. It's a free show, so anyone in the area, feel free to come out. It will be awesome. And we're working on our recordings right now, and hopefully we'll have a slew of shows and hopefully festivals coming up once that is good to go. Ricardo says, saw Suicidal Tendencies and Possessed for the first time Halloween weekend. That sounds like a good show. Both of those bands are sick live, especially Suicidal always kills. They go insane. I appreciate a good crazy stage show, and Suicidal always delivers. Oh shit, I didn't hear about this. Hanji says, Nora, how you say your name, from Battle Beast, got a tear in her corduroy artery, wishing her a fast recovery. I did not hear about that. Damn. Yeah, hope she heals quickly. Battle Beast is pretty sweet band. That sucks. Way to bring the mood down for the podcast. No, best wishes to her. That sucks. Olivia, hey, longtime member of the channel, says tomorrow will be up sale of accommodation and tickets for extra things at Brutal Assault. So can't wait to plan next summer tomorrow. Nice. I really want to go to Brutal Assault. Looked like the lineup was already good. I mean, it's always good, but out of pretty much the festival that most of my friends went to this last year was Brutal Assault, and every single one of them had good things to say about it. Jay Hazard says, dig the videos, first time listening to the podcast. Keep up awesome fucking work. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you for checking it all out. I have my next video for this channel is about how to start your own band. And it is practically done. I was at the fucking last seconds of it, and then jumped on here to do this. So it will absolutely be up within maybe 3 hours once I'm done here hanging out with you guys. But I'm happy to have this little break and chat and talk about other things because I love doing YouTube. I love making the content and everything, but I guess the mechanics of it, you'd say, I fucking hate editing is what I'm trying to say. Making videos is great. I love being creative. I love chatting with everybody. And I do love seeing the finished product of making the videos, but man, you can spend hours of just constantly editing shit, and it can get mind-numbing at times. But it's always worth it. Trivist. I don't know why I want to say Travis, but I'm gonna say Trivist for your name. Who went on Headbangers Boat? We can definitely jump to that subject. Says, dude, it was amazing. Every band played 3 performances, and they were all different. I gotta say, bands like Gatekeeper and Dying Wish killed the whole thing. Testament played the Legion in full. Hatebreed played a bunch of deep cuts, like Driven by Suffering and more. That's fucking cool. Randy Bly climbed on top of the stage and did the intro to Omerta. That's awesome. Such a great experience. It looked really fucking sweet. The lineup was sick. And I've been on the 70,000 Tons of Metal a couple times. I went on the Megadeth cruise, which was much more similar to what Headbangers Boat would have been. But it looked great. On the Mega cruise I went on, Lamb of God played, but they played in the theater. And they didn't play on the pool deck where you could actually have like a pit and everything. So I saw that's where Lamb of God played on this cruise. And that's sweet. That'd be such a cool experience. Each band playing 3 times is funny. On 70,000 Tons, they all play twice. And that's already sometimes funny because sometimes bands do it well and they do completely different sets, deep cuts, whatever. Some bands play the exact same set twice. It's just like, why would you do that? 3 times is nuts. You got to have all of the like legendary bands who have a long catalog to be able to do that. That's impressive. That's kind of funny. Wake up every day on a cruise ship and be like, all right, and today we're going to see Lamb of God. And then tomorrow we're going to see Lamb of God. Then, before we get off the cruise, we could go see Lamb of God. I'm jealous. And I'm stoked that they already announced what seems to be most of the lineup for next year already. Props to them. I don't want to hear 70K's bullshit anymore. Yeah, I think I'm absolutely going to aim to go on the Lamb of God cruise for next year because it's cheaper than 70K. It's it taking place on Halloween is cool because I love Halloween season. I always get excited when it's October, and then I never end up doing fucking shit. So it'd be really cool to have something to celebrate and a metal cruise, the Lamb of Boat, as I like to call it. Sounds like a great way to spend Halloween next year. Let me pull up what they announced before we get to the unfortunate news on that I did want to talk about. But the Lamb of God cruise for next year, or as of, I believe, we should actually, well, let me clarify this first before I make that statement. Headbangers Boat. Hell yeah. October 28th, November 1st, 2024. Like, yeah, I'll join the pre-sale. All right, not right now, not while you guys are watching, but yeah, I'm just gonna join the pre-sale. Down, only $100 down. 70K doesn't do that shit. Yeah, 70K is old news. Headbangers Boat is the way to go now. You have been replaced. Where am I looking for? A lineup. Do they already have next year's bands? Not here, no, but it is on the interwebs. Lamb. Here's 2024. Blabbermouth, the very ad-infested website. Lamb of God to be joined by Deathclock, Chimera, Poison the Well, and others on the 2024 edition of Headbangers Boat. Could you imagine seeing a cartoon death metal band play live on a cruise ship? What timeline have we entered into? All of you old school like headbangers who grew up in the 70s and 80s, only going to underground shows, we're now in a time where you can go see a cartoon death metal band play on a cruise ship, and that's just life now. That's reality. It's pretty cool. So far, the following acts are Lamb of God, Death Clock, Chimera, Poison the Well, At the Gates. I fucking love At the Gates. Soulfly, Exodus, Napalm Death, Napalm Party on the Pool Deck for anyone who went on that 70K. Corrosion of Conformity. I saw them on the Mega Cruise, and they were great. I said in one of my videos that I didn't grow up like listening to Corrosion of Conformity. I don't often like pull them up on my own and listen to them, but when I've seen them live, it's been so damn good. Where I'm like, why do I keep like sleeping on this band? They're so fucking good. That's my fault. After the Burial, Currents, Bleeding Through, Unearth. Funny thing about Unearth, I've seen them a lot throughout the years. And I never listened, kind of similar to Corrosion of Conformity. I don't ever listen to them on my own. I don't think I've ever listened to one of their albums, but they kill it live. They are so fun. They have so much energy. I always enjoy getting to see them, even though I can't name any of their songs or tell you like anything about them. But whenever Unearth is on a bill, I'm like, oh, sweet. So that's cool. This is going to be a crazy fucking cruise. I Hate God, Frozen Soul. Frozen Soul is one of my favorite new death metal bands. They're so sick. And Unity, Texas. Unitix. Is that what it is? Is it Unitix? I don't know who they are. There will also be appearances by Lamb of God. I would hope their Lamb of God's guitarist would appear on their cruise. Morton's solo band, as well as stand-up comedy by Shane Smith and Mike somebody. Shit. This is definitely comparable, if not already better, than 70K's lineup for their upcoming cruise in 2024. They definitely have a larger percent of their lineup with bigger names announced than 70K does. That's something that is so exhausting. When 70K was like the only metal cruise, pretty much, it was like, yeah, they announced their band super late, but you know, what can you do? It's about the experience, and if you want to go, you just have to deal with that. And then now when you have other cruises, like, it's not only Headbangers Boat, there's a couple of others, like a lot more 80s cruises, like Monsters of Rock cruise and stuff like that. They don't have the same issue with announcing bands, so I will continue bitching about that for as long as it takes. So I definitely am gonna plan to go on this cruise. I was actually thinking, what festivals do I realistically plan to do next year? I would like to do 70K in January, but it's definitely unlikely. Sick New World, I'm gonna be going to. Maryland Death Fest, because I've never been. What else was there? Aftershock, because they already announced Iron Maiden, so it's like whatever. Aftershock is near my hometown, so I can like go stay with family and drive 40 minutes to the festival. So even if Aftershock has like an okay lineup, it's pretty much like, all right. Lamb of Boat, Tulminator, obviously. Hopefully a couple more European ones, but we'll see. Oh no, I'm definitely going to Milwaukee Metal Fest. Yeah, thanks for bringing that up. They're starting to announce stuff now. They put out the dates for the next one. Yeah, I went this year and it was great. I had a fantastic time. So absolutely go back to Milwaukee Metal Fest. There's quite a few festivals lined up for next year already, which I'm excited for. Hopefully be some good content to the channel. Wyatt, you should show us the 70K lineup and I'll judge your pronunciation of the folk metal bands. All right, let's do that. Let me pull it up really quick. I know some folk metal bands. When I was a teenager, I was really into Finnish bands, so I can roll my R's a little bit. Uh, okay, where are the artists here? Yeah, I want to count this really quick first. So 70K has 37 bands announced out of 60. Damn, that's more. How many is this? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Well, they do have more bands there, but still. How do I switch the screen over? Let's check out. 70,000 Tons of the lineup so far is Aborted, Angra, Blind Guardian, Blood Red Throne, Crypta, who I would love to see. Great band. Dollarita. There you go. You caught me on one right away. Depressive Age. I think that's Draconian. Dynasty. That'd be sick. Epica, who always play, but are always good on the cruise. Equilibrium. Flesh God Apocalypse. Gravedigger. Heidevolk. Infected Rain. I don't know. Utin? I don't fucking know what that is. Cataclysm, Legion of the Damned, Lord of the Lost, Marduk, My Dying Bride, Mystic Prophecy, Nanowar of Steel, Nervosa. Interesting to have Nervosa and Crypta on the same cruise. Nile, Omnium Gatherum, Sour, Scar Symmetry, Serenity, Stardom. There you go. The Halo Effect. They were sick at Milwaukee Metal Fest this year. Thriving. Tigers of Pang. That's cool. Unleashed. Victory. War Kings. And Windrose. One of the bands I'd be most excited to see on the cruise. I'm trying to think about this for a second because, like, I want to say that I like the Headbangers Boat lineup more, but I've definitely seen pretty much all of those bands a lot. And this one has more bands that I haven't seen yet. So, and we'll have more bands, but so I guess the answer is just to do both of them. Yep, dig a hole to Windrose on the cruise. It's gonna be so fucking awesome. Not too many folk metal bands on there yet, but I think Carpicani was last year. Last time I went, Fintroll played, and they were one of the best bands on the cruise. That was so much fun. Catch up to you guys here real quick. So you can tell already, Lamb of God cruise is a little bit more put together and organized, weirdly enough. But one thing that has never happened on 70,000 Tons of Metal, no one's ever jumped off of it. So that happened on the Headbangers Boat. One of my friends scared the shit out of me. I logged onto Facebook, and there was one of my friends posted saying something like, "Hope all my friends at Headbangers Boat are okay. This is a tragedy," and that was it. And I was like, "Did they hit a fucking iceberg? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? A tragedy on a cruise ship?" So apparently, someone went overboard on the Headbangers Boat. They stopped and did a whole search and rescue for I think like 9 hours. Never found him. So a sad, unfortunate thing that happened on this otherwise seemingly amazing cruise. Now, as sad as that is, I just have a couple of questions because I've been on many cruises. They're kind of hard to fall off of. 70,000 Tons have been going for 10 years and no one has fallen off or jumped off. You basically have to try. And from what I was reading or seeing on it, maybe people in this chat who were there might have some more information. But it said that let me see if I can find it just to back up what I'm saying. Here's boat. Just type in headbangers boat jump and sure we'll pull it up. Yeah. So 41-year-old man went overboard during heavy metal headbangers boat cruise. Never thought I'd pull up a People article on this live stream. The Norwegian Pearl, I've been on that ship before. It's pretty small, but pretty awesome. A man has gone missing while attending a heavy metal themed headbangers boat cruise out of Miami, according to the cruise line. The 41-year-old was a guest on the Norwegian Pearl when he went overboard while the ship was sailing near the Bahamas on Friday. A spokesperson for Norwegian Cruise Line said authorities were immediately notified, and crews with the United States Coast Guard began searching for the missing passenger. However, the search was unsuccessful. In a separate statement, Lamb of God said that they were deeply saddened by the tragic incident. That's pretty much all the information that's come out. Sort of weird. Yeah, but what I did see people posting was that I guess security was chasing the guy for some reason. And toward the back of the boat, he jumped off of the railing from, I'm assuming, from a taller story to get down to a lower deck to get away from the security. Now, that's the only little information I've had, but oh, this isn't even the right story. So what I think happened based off the little things that I saw, it seems like the guy did something to get security to chase him, which makes me wonder what. I've never seen security like physically chasing down someone on a cruise ship, and I've seen people wasted on cruise ships. It seems like to get away from security, he jumped over a railing to get down to a lower deck and didn't account for the ship moving because it moves a lot quicker than it seems. It can almost feel still at times when you're out there, but that thing moves fast, especially when these ships are really big. If you fall off like the top deck of a cruise ship, by the time you come up from the water, that shit's already gonna be like pretty far away. Um, within eyesight still, but you wouldn't be able to just like catch up with it or anything. If they don't find you pretty quickly, you're pretty fucked if you go overboard. Um, so yeah, it seems like he didn't equate for the ship moving and may have just missed. I don't know, but I'm really curious why security was chasing him. That's strange. And the comments here. If you want any details, we swam in a circle for 9 hours, about 2 hours from Cuba. Ships from around helped us, and we had to leave for the Coast Guard. I'm about 70% sure he was drunk and running from security because he snuck drugs on board. Even then, like, well, I guess, yeah, let's assume that he's very drunk because otherwise you probably wouldn't do something like this. And we've always joked on 70K and other cruises that it's amazing no one has jumped off yet. But so even if he had drugs on, like, one, they're gonna find you. Even if he jumped off and got away from them in that moment, they know what room he's in, so they could have easily found him. Not saying that he would have processed that. Yeah, it's clear, like, it's a bad, dumb situation. It would be horrifying to be drunk to the point where, like, maybe you're blacked out, maybe you don't totally know what you're doing, and you jump off the boat. That's a horrible way to die. Whenever I've been on 70,000 tons, I am terrified of deep water. Uh, I will not watch fucking movies like Jaws and shit. But I love being on the cruise ship, but I'm always standing there on the rail and like seeing the bands play and everything, and then looking over the side and being like, that is literally my worst fucking nightmare. A small rail away from where I am. Yeah, I mean that fucking is terrible. So for you people going on cruises, don't jump off of them. Ricardo says, going on a cruise for the first time in May, sadly, without any of that. Maybe listen to those bands while relaxing won't make a difference. Bring your headphones and just listen to your own music. I did that. I went on a normal cruise once. Really didn't like it, but I had my headphones and was like listening to music in my room and stuff. That was nice. Yeah, so for these cruises, sometimes people are afraid of like falling off or something happening or whatever. It's you kind of have to be trying for that to happen. And it's sad, it definitely is, but I have a lot of questions. It seems I mean, not weird. I get that the dude is probably just completely out of his mind and wasn't thinking and probably just excited, but yep, that sucks. Don't do that at home, kids. Uh Another thing that I wanted to bring up, I want to see if I can find info on it, but has anyone been hearing about the Hell in Heaven Metal Festival in Mexico and the apparent issues it's been having? Because apparently something like my friends were saying like some 30 bands ended up canceling. There's been a ton of issues. Um, I'm trying to find anything to back this up. Not anything, but oh, it'd be help if I was looking at the right year. Yes, I heard a ton of bands canceled. Here's one. Also, while I'm pulling this up and killing time, feel free to ask any questions in the chat that you want me to answer. I will be happy to do so about anything. Um, not about these new French dips, though. You have to go to Togo's for that. Cold Chamber won't be at Hell in Heaven open air thanks to logistical problems. There's a huge festival happening this weekend down in Mexico called Hell in Heaven Open Air, which had a pretty fucking sick lineup. And the lineup is admittedly pretty damn stacked. Yet with the festivities kicking off tomorrow, apparently logistical issues are keeping Cold Chamber from entering the country, let alone performing. But they're not the only band, not by a long shot. Oh, it's the only one commenting here. What the fuck? Well, now I'm not seeing info on that. It was on Facebook though, and I've definitely heard from several people. Oh yeah, here's something. Here's something that helps a lot. This comment says, Hell in Heaven has been a mess. They are practically gifting tickets and stuff. Almost 12 bands, even national bands, had already jumped off the fest. That one on hand, that one hand, and the other, it was physically crazy schedule to play at Makura on third. Yeah, I've been hearing people say there must be some issues with like money transfer, contract issues seems to be a big one, especially when I mean when a lot of bands are all dropping off for at the same time. That's suspicious. Bunch of bands dropped out, and to be honest, the communication from the festival end has been terrible. Mudvayne announced their cancellation and not a peep from the festival official event for weeks right before the show. Yeah, interesting. I'm still trying to get more info on this, but apparently there's been quite a few issues. Wait, what? This is old. This can't be from. Okay, yeah. It's like there's no way this would have happened. I didn't hear about it. So, yeah, I don't know what the hell's going on at Hell in Heaven. Money issues, fucking contracts, shitty people. It's just a year of festival shit in the bed. Really. What festivals out there have gone smoothly with no issues? Were there any of them that happened this year? Uh, Milwaukee, like mostly that I can think of. What a weird time. It's unfortunate. It's kind of like you don't want to be nervous going to a festival and be like, "Oh, I love this lineup. I hope they play." Don't go out there for literally nothing. Yeah. But let me jump on here real quick. Lost and Slaughter, what's up? It says, "What are your opinions on the Marilyn Manson cases?" Um, Complete jump of subject. I haven't seen anything in the last like what month or so. So I don't know if there's any like breaking news stuff. Um, I think it's suspicious to be honest. I haven't seen the I haven't seen anything that would say like confirms anything in either direction, but I have seen a lot of things that poke holes in the some of the allegations. That said, Marilyn Manson's known for being a bit of a fucking weirdo. But I just watched the Osbournes have their own podcast now. And I was watching an episode they did where they're talking about Ozfest. And they were talking about Manson and the allegations. They're saying, I mean, I'm sure Ozzy was probably, hopefully, not hanging out with Manson in his bedroom or his sex dungeon, whatever he calls it. But they were saying it doesn't really add up and make sense to them. So I don't know. I'm not 100% either way, but I think it seems a bit odd. I'd be excited for the court case. I fucking loved the Johnny Depp court case. That was the most entertaining thing on TV that year. I'd be down for another one. A Plant Killer says, "Hi, sorry for being extremely late. No problem at all. Thanks for tuning in." Um, Honda says, "Imagine you get so drunk in a cruise ship, they get blacked out and wake up in a random island in the Caribbean." Oh yeah, you just reminded me. I was joking with a friend of mine that that needs to be a movie or a TV show. Guys on a metal cruise, stoked as fuck, blacks out, falls off the ship, ends up on an island with an uncontacted tribe, and he turns them all metal. And they believe that the metal gods are real gods, and it just becomes like an island of stereotypical metal. Um, I'll pitch that to the studios right now. If anyone in Hollywood's listening, this would be a great idea. Any plans to come to Arizona again? Not at the immediate moment, but I'm sure it'll come up eventually. Uh, Jeffrey says that's a shame. Saw Cold Chamber at Blue Ridge Shitfest. They were fucking amazing. You saw bands at Blue Ridge. Holy shit! I'm impressed. I don't think I've seen Cold Chamber, but I have seen Devil Driver, and they were always really fucking good. Jomo says Dark Insanity live at the Rainbow in Hollywood, December 8th. Yeah. Free show. Come on out. We go on at about 11, but come hang out, say hi to Lemmy. We're gonna do a Motorhead cover since we're playing at the Rainbow, and it's not going to be Ace of Spades or Iron Fist like everyone does. It's gonna be a deep cut from them, obviously. But I'm excited for that because to be honest, now the Rainbow, a lot of kind of like they do a lot of local shows, a lot of smaller things, especially where we're playing. Um, but I love the history and the legend of the Rainbow. Whenever I'm there, I think about all the legends that have been there, all the stories. So no matter how the show turns out, it means something to me to be able to play my music in those walls where so many of my heroes throughout my life have done cocaine and fucked hookers. It's gonna feel like I'll get the ethereal essence of the 80s STDs swarming over me while I'm playing. um Lost and Slaughtered, any plans on Dark Insanity playing England, Bloodstock? No plans at the moment, but we definitely fucking would. If anyone with a connection to Bloodstock is listening, we're down. Talon says, you think Dark Insanity can come to Salt Lake City, Utah? Eventually, sometime, definitely. Yeah, right now we're getting our first recording together. I definitely feel bad that our Instagram we've gotten quite a few followers and it's grown pretty well. And I felt bad that we haven't had any like official tracks or anything to put out yet, but they are coming very quickly. Next weekend, we are recording hopefully all of the instruments, if not most of them. And then, yeah, vocals right after that. And oh, believe me, everyone will know when recordings are ready. Matt Griffin says Dark Insanity could most definitely rough up Orgasmatron, I bet. That's a good one. That's a good selection. Yeah, my friend or my bandmates were saying that we should do Iron Fist, and I was like, everybody does Iron Fist. It's a great song. I love that song. Everybody does it. And I talked him into doing the Hammer from Ace of Spades. I feel like that song, music-wise, fits us really well. I feel like we're going to be able to do a good spin on that, our own influence on that song. I'm excited for that. It's going to be sweet. Hopefully, I'll see people there. Ricardo says, "Damn, I was expecting Born to Raise Hell." We thought about that one. We thought about that, the game, which would be cool, but I wanted something kind of more grinding, and the Hammer fits perfectly. That cover. Oh, we didn't talk about Slipknot yet. Let's jump over to that subject. Slipknot has gotten rid of their drummer. A lot of people are making jokes about it and saying things. Yeah, let me share the screen, but Corey Taylor says some emotional thing again, but that's not the news. The news is Slipknot drummer Jay Weinberg exits band in shocking announcement. I didn't read if he had an announcement, but yeah. In a completely unexpected fashion, the legendary metal outfit Slipknot have announced that they are parting ways with their longtime drummer Jay Weinberg. Has it been that long? We would like to thank Jay Weinberg for his dedication and passion over the past 10 years. Damn. Time flies. I had no idea. No one can ever replace Joey Jordson's original sound, style, or energy, but Jay honored Joey's parts and contributed to the last 3 albums, and we, the band, and the fans appreciate it. But as ever, Slipknot is intent on evolving. The band has decided to make a creative decision and to part ways with Jay. No. We wish Jay all the best and are very excited for what the future holds. This just reads so much like a written by corporate statement, which obviously it is. But I don't know. I don't know the details of the situation, but just reading that right now, it just comes off like a very corporate Walmart. We decided to not pay this person enough, but we wish them luck in the future. It reads like that to me. I don't know the whole situation. It very much seems like they weren't impressed with him. It kind of was like, yeah, um, He wasn't Joey, and he was never gonna be, but I mean, he was there. It's kind of what it reads like. Weinberg has yet to make any public statement on his exit from the band because he probably found out about it when that got posted online. I wouldn't doubt that at all. I wouldn't doubt at all if he found out he was fired by reading that statement like we all did. Interestingly enough, these events all unfolded publicly only 2 days after the band's headlining performance at Mexico's Hell in Heaven, which we were just talking about. Seeing as things are now, the festival marked the drummer's final career performance with the band. They just left him in Mexico. Jay Weinberg is out there right now in his weird mask and jumpsuit, just wandering the wastelands of Mexico. Someone needs to go help him. Slipknot have seen quite the lineup change over the last decade, yeah. Starting with the addition of drummer Jay Weinberg and bassist Alessandro something. More recently, parted ways with Chris Fine in 2019 and keyboardist Craig Jones. When did that happen? I forgot about that. Damn. I either heard that and just completely forgot it or I didn't even know, but yeah, that's the joke of this is the world's biggest Slipknot cover band. While Fane's exit revolved around some legal issues with the band, Jones's exit was made without any context or reasoning provided from the band or himself. He's just like, fuck y'all, I'm out. It's hard times out there on the road. They're not making as much money. Maybe they're just selling off some of their members in order to get better tours. Like we can get a drum machine to play for Slipknot and save a couple tens of thousands of dollars. Way of the future, AI. The next lineup of Slipknot's going to be Corey Taylor and a bunch of AI machines, and he's still going to complain about how they all hate each other. That's the future of the band. All right, let me see what you guys said here. Jomo says, what happened to Jay? Did they leave or did they kick him out? I'm guessing that it seemed like they kicked him out. It seemed like they fired him. Somebody call up Terry Bozzio. Slipknot could do a cover of Titties and Beer. That would be awesome. Lost and Slaughtered. I love Slipknot despite everything with the lineup, but they need to grasp the fact that we've learned to screenshot everything they post because it's become tradition for them to take them down. A lot of bands be falling into that nowadays. A lot of bands like to delete comments or block people and change stuff. Very suspicious. Plant Killer. Wasn't there one guy that got kicked while he was going through some complications with his spine and the rest of the band thought he was hooked on something? Yeah, that was Joey Jordison. They're a longtime drummer. That was definitely the claim, was that he had issues that they couldn't deal with. It very much seemed drug related. And then he ended up practically fucking crippled from his spine issue. Lost and Slaughtered. Right, guys, we're going to Mexico to save Jay and have him play in Dark Insanity. Hey, we like our drummer. We can have two drummers. That'll be cool. We won't go full Slipknot, but we'll be like, hey, you can play your part. That's what happens when your band has 12 members. Inflation makes you cut a few. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Like, back in my day, I remember when Slipknot had 9 members, and now they have fucking 4. It's rough times out there, man. Band members cost 4 times as much now. Isn't Jay Weinberg Max Weinberg from Conan O'Brien's show Son? Yeah, that is correct. Joey said he prefers his solo career today. I don't know why. He likes pretending he's a rapper. Corey Taylor yelling to drum machines. Now that's Rage Against the Machine. Yeah, that would be... He could do a one-man show of him just complaining about the other drum machines, and that's it. Do we really need guy who hits steel bin number 3? Nah, send him home. Right. You know, you got to cut corners sometimes. I always joke that was the best job in the world, to be the fucking keg player in Slipknot, because you get to wear a mask so no one knows who you are. You can go out in public. You get to tour the world. You get to not have any musical talent, and you get to be on stage in front of people and get paid a lot of money just to fucking bash a keg. Like, can I put in my resume? I would be so down. um, yeah, that is the news, I guess, in the last week, 2 weeks in the metal world. Quite a few interesting things. Rounding out the year, weirdly, it's very strange to me. I swear yesterday was June. Now it's November. Tomorrow's going to be Tulminator, which is cool. Yeah, as the year's coming to an end, there's a lot to plan for next year. I'm need to make a list of all the festivals I aim to do to get videos for. Planning on stepping up the channel a lot and adding more things to keep it spicy and fun and interesting, but still exactly the channel that you'd expect it to be. And yeah, gonna have recording soon with Dark Insanity. Check us out on Instagram, where you can get our most up-to-date new details. Check out the channel. I'm gonna have my next video, how to start your own band, coming up within the next couple of hours, as soon as it's done, which it almost fucking is. Please watch it, enjoy it, share it, spread it to everyone. Share all my videos to everyone you know. Bombard them. Tell them the Savior of Metal told you to. And check out my other channel, Film Rebel, which also just got monetized, where I talk about entertainment, movies, acting stuff. I want to bring that channel up more too. Like, I still want this channel to be my main focus, but it's nice for me to have focus on metal and then focus on like entertainment and kind of go back and forward. But yeah, check out Film Rebel. I'd appreciate it. Check out my videos. I'll have another one coming up here in very soon. And stay metal, everybody. I will see you next time.